Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Last night was not a good night for the New York sports area. Of course, the Yankees lost game three of the World Series. They are one game away from potentially being swept out of the World Series and an offseason of Juan Soto questions. Meanwhile, the Giants also played on Monday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I personally am a Giants fan. I'm not a Yankees fan, although I don't dislike them. I had no hopes that the Giants would win. I took the Steelers -6.5, and of course they lost, falling to 2-6. Daniel Jones with two turnovers, but not only that, 2023 first round pick Deonte Banks was benched via New York Post. Giants bench Deonte Banks as first rounders miserable season hits new low. Right now, he just looks overcast as a cornerback one. Not that he's a terrible player, but not a shutdown corner by any stretch of the imagination. And he's had a few plays this year where he's clearly been loafing. We'll look at them shortly. As it mentions, Deontay Banks had two strikes against him when he took the field Monday night, picked up a third strike, and as a result, he was benched by head coach Brian Daboll. On the second quarter, he went low and dove at the legs of running back Najee Harris, allowing Harris to leap over him for a pickup of 13 yards. Dable immediately had words for Banks. I think he said it was missed tackles, I guess Banks said. He really didn't tell me what was going on. He just said, stay ready, I guess. I didn't really think I was playing bad, but it's not my choice. Dable said it was not the hurdle by Harris that was a tipping point. Just thought during that series we need a little bit more. Had a conversation with him and went with the other guys Dayball said. So he was actually benched for a practice squad player. I know it mentions in here his name, Greg Stroman. I was watching the game on and off, World Series, Knicks game as well. So yes, a little bit humbling to get benched for a guy just elevated off the practice squad, and honestly, someone I knew very little about, even as a Giants fan. But here's some of the moments throughout the season. So first, he had this moment against the Dallas Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb. I'm not going to play sound on these for potential copyright reasons via Nick Harris's X page. We see Lamb get behind Banks, and then he kind of just lets up even before the 20-yard line. Easy touchdown for Lamb. Not saying he would have caught up, but man, you got to at least make it look like you're trying there. Then in a game against the Eagles last week, Jordan Renan, ESPN NFL Nation, is playing question for Deonte Banks. You could see him just jog past Hurts near the sideline at the end, right in front of his position coach, Jerome Henderson. Very strange that he would let up like that. I mean, maybe if they were a lot closer to the sidelines, of course, you make that tackle at the sidelines, 15-yard penalty. They were nowhere near the sidelines at the time. So that was the second strike. Apparently, this was the third. Ralph Fasciano of Fox Sports. This was Najee Harris hurdling Deonte Banks. Whoop. I mean, an impressive move by Najee Harris, to say the least. But, you know, I guess not the best tackling effort from Banks. I would say that that play was not as egregious as the first two, which were just a total lack of effort. Not sure you can say the same for the third. Actually, I meant to share Deontay Banks Pro Football Focus grade. So we see he's at a 57.3. Of course, Pro Football Focus isn't, gospel. You shouldn't take everything they have to heart, but they do a lot of research. So his grade right now is 137th of 200 cornerbacks. So Deonte Banks benched by Brian Dayball as he's trying to find the spark. Of course, he got the vote of confidence from ownership not too long ago, which sometimes can be a kiss of death. Just 2 years ago, Dayball won Coach of the Year. He's trying to get his team going. Right now, they are just inferior to the majority of teams they play, although they do play the Carolina Panthers in, I believe, 2 weeks, so that might be a rare instance where they are not. But what are your thoughts? Did Deonte Banks deserve to get benched? Should they have made more of an effort to um, get to him after those first two moments where he was clearly loafing on the field? Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.